Hey, what's up? It's a Figure Hunter, and for review, today is an update review for the Apple Watch series optical heart rate accuracy for doing CrossFit workouts. Now, I posted an in-depth review, which I'll show down below, across a number of workouts when comparing the optical heart rate accuracy when worn on the wrist and doing a CrossFit workout for the Apple Watch Series 6, and it applies to multiple of their lines with the same optical heart rate sensor built into it. So I wanted to do an update review because I've been testing the Apple Watch across multiple apps and multiple different approaches to looking at information, and I've just decided just to gather all the heart rate information, compare it to an H10 chest strap, which is the best and most accurate. So to see if the optical heart rate accuracy of the Apple Watch when worn on the wrist, and even doing a CrossFit workout where there's a lot of wrist flex, there's a lot of strain across that area, can it keep up? And I just have to share these results to see if it is in fact the single best optical heart rate sensor and can keep up with CrossFit on the wrist. So I took it through 15 different workouts, or at least I pooled all the information for 15 workouts, and so we're going to look at that today. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing for more. I've got the Oura Ring 3 in testing now. I might do an update review on the Amazfit GTR 3, as well as I'm doing a special review for the WOD Insight Apple Watch or Samsung Galaxy Watch app. So stay tuned for that, because the WOD Insight app just has so much functional benefit, especially for gym owners, and it is just, it's a really impressive application that's being designed, and the designers have gotten to interact with them. They are some phenomenal people and are working diligently to make it a superior device app amongst many you could choose from. So when we're looking at the Apple Watch heart rate accuracy, we're primarily testing it across three main metrics. I didn't overlay all the charts on top of each other because they looked so similar. Spoiler alert for the results of the accuracy, but I'm looking for three components. So the average heart rate accuracy above 80%. So if your average heart rate's 100, we're going to drop out the first 80 beats per minute and just take the accuracy when it compares to that top 20%, just to see, can it keep up with the more strenuous side of the workout. Secondly, we're going to look at its accuracy and accumulation of time in the zone 4 and 5. So did it keep up with the right amount of time that you spent in the 80 to 100% of your maximum heart rate? And then lastly, and the most difficult place to track, is the zone 5. Zone is 90 to 100% of your heart rate accuracy. How much percentage of accuracy did it have in that most strenuous time? Because obviously, if you're doing CrossFit, if you're wanting to get good metrics out of a watch, if you're wanting to get good analytics, you have to track the highest level of strain. And you cannot just look at the average heart rate. If many reviewers just look at the average heart rate, that is an inaccurate way to test the accuracy of an optical heart rate sensor, especially when worn on the wrist. You have to track, does it keep up with the peak time? And is it accumulating the same amount of time in those peak zones? Because that applies to how much cardiovascular strain you really put your body on. So with that, let's look at the results in the big chart and the final answers, and we'll come back together. Okay, so here you have a big chart. Now this is 15 different workouts, and on the left you can see the average heart rate accuracy. Anytime that it is above 90%, getting an A rating, it's in green. Anytime that it's red, it's getting an F rating. Blue is getting a C rating, and orange is getting a B rating. So if you look at just the basics, so in some of these workouts, there was just a lot of different movements going on, and the weights I picked probably did not allow me to put my heart rate into enough time in the zone 5. So you see a lot of workouts where it just had negligible time accumulated in the 90 to 100% of heart rate maximum. So not as much to evaluate there, but you can see lots and lots and lots of green. And then the zone 4 and 5, so 80 to 100% of heart rate maximum, is, again, just really high strain. You see two fails in the middle there. And, looking at the number of data, how much green there is, I would say, because there is so much green across all the other workouts, that those are anomalies. So if we wipe those out, there's the accuracy if you have those included in there. So it brings the zone 5 accuracy down to 84%. But again, I don't feel like that's accurate. So if you take those out, and you include a couple of not as great in just the peak zones, you can see it's almost all green across 15 workouts. That is stellar. And then you can see the accuracy here. The average heart rate accuracy in the peak portions of the heart rate is 98.8, which is almost perfect. Zone 5 is 92%, it is a very high level of accuracy. In zone 4 and 5 at 97%, which brings us to a final score of 95% accurate, 94.8. So this is definitely the last accuracy test that was the most accurate from an optical heart rate sensor was the first test I did, which just included 6 workouts of the Apple Watch 6 as well as the new Elevate 4.0, which is on Garmin's Forerunner 945 LTE and the Venue 2. And those both scored 93% in the previous testing, but never have I done a test that included this many different testing metrics. And so 95% is the highest score that I've seen, and it's considerably higher than like everybody else other than the Venue 2 or the 945 LTE. So with that, let's talk about it. And so there you have it. So it was like, highly accurate with those 2 failed attempts. But when you take out the sort of anomalies, which when you see across 15 workouts, they truly look like anomalies. You take out the 2 anomalies and you look at the accuracy, 94.8% makes this by far the most accurate optical heart rate sensor for wearing a device actually on the wrist and picking up the highest percentage of your heart rate strain, which would flow into all the other apps that would have value for analytically evaluating how much strain you put your body on today and over periods of time to see how your fitness and your evolution of your training is going. So definitely the most accurate. I am not a fan of the Apple Watch. It's not me trying to promote the Apple Watch because I do not like the square design. I don't like the rounded edges. I cannot stand the watch face limitations and all of the way that everything looks on the Apple Watch, which is a bummer because you actually function. And I don't like that it's not an all-in-one fitness device. You have to go piece things together from all these different apps. But if you want to accurately keep up with the CrossFit workout, I do believe statistically you can just slap this on your wrist and it will get accurate results. And I had to share it across a multiple of workouts because I thought the information was valuable. So with that, thanks so much for watching. It's the Fit Gear Hunter.